Beats, what is going on, my man?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're beaming in from, Scotty. How you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Loving life. It's a good day. It's this day of rest, right? So I've already done some chores, and now I can just chill and do this stream I've been waiting to do. And you can probably tell that from the last video I dropped because I couldn't wait, son. But
Yeah,
what
buddy.
are we doing today, man?
Well, we are talking about, in my opinion, the most interesting sandbox MMO out there in the blockchain gaming space right now. Machiavellic. Introducing Machiavellic. Beautiful, fantastic, well prepared, well presented, great team. I'm excited about it.
Nice. Yeah, guys. So that's what we're jumping into today on Beats Crafty Gaming, episode 9. It's Machiavellic, and this game is it's native to Ada, but it's also on Wax. And when it's coming to the Wax blockchain, that's how FGL is in the mix and how they've combined forces to make that happen. So we're gonna have a couple of raffles for some raffle tickets today, right, Beats?
Absolutely. Excuse me. There are the third round for the Machiavellic raffle is tomorrow, and we got about 30 or so raffle tickets to give away, and maybe something even bigger at the end of this stream. So definitely stay till the end. You won't regret it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, and throw down messages in the chat, whether you're on the YouTube or Twitch or even Twitter. It should show up in the general chat here. We're going to keep an eye on that so we can get those raffles out, and hopefully, you will send it to the Wax address to get into the raffle yourself and win
Yeah.
some.
I mean, um, I have we know the same person who entered a raffle the other day. What Friday was it? Something like that. Whatever. The second round of raffle ended up winning a lieutenant on the Wax blockchain. Who
Nice.
knows? I mean, we might just give one away today. I mean, you never know what could happen. So stay to the end. See what
All
happens.
right. So I think I'm going to just get right into it. We wanted to talk about that raffle at the end, um, hopefully for an officer, and make that happen. But let's share my screen and go right into the game. Basically, I'm just going to hit the intro on the actual website itself, which you can see right here is machiavellic.io. So you jump on there, and this is where you are, right at the homepage. So I'm just going to kind of scroll a little bit. It's a pretty dope video. If you have a second, I'd recommend clicking the prologue. But here it is. We're going to do the footnotes and kind of summarize, and then I'll bounce over to the light paper as well and talk about that. But
Yeah,
here it
baby,
is.
let's go.
It's like I think of this as you are your own trooper, right? And we're in an epic war, and we're heading towards an alien planet, and that's Oza. And
Journey to
basically,
Ozar.
you can see what you're doing is you're making your own legacy, and then it gives you how you're going to do it, right? Pillage fight. You're going to sell arms to people. Which way you're going to go? And so going right into the gamified part of it that the gamers like to see, right here, you can see there's the characters that you have. There's all kinds of options that you can tailor them with. There's thousands of items and skills. And I'm not going to read every single line here, but you can see, and we'll go into slides later, like the whole armor setup, which I think is dope. But if
Yeah,
you see, there's 1,000 plus weapons, armor, skills, abilities, resources.
and sorry, Crafty, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to add on to that. with
Yeah,
everything that you've just shown, all those things, all the gear, all the characters, all the weapons, and other rare items, those are all tradable as NFTs within the game.
oh yeah,
So that's very important. You know.
yeah. And I'll hit on that too when we go into the light paper. And there's a couple of cool things about what they're doing with the gaming is it's like it's on blockchain, but you don't want it to be difficult for anybody that wants to play the game. And so they're taking steps so it's like you could almost play it without even knowing it. But the way you really do know it is the fact that you have these NFTs that you own and the various types of them give you the opportunity for other options within the game as well. So yeah, love it. But
Very cool.
continuing with the gameplay, the other cool thing about this, as you can see right here, is basically we've already said it's open sandbox MMO, and you can do the PvP element, right? There's also going to be venturing into the Scourge land. There's areas where you can the difficulty, so it's pretty bad. You can actually totally lose your character, which is interesting. Um, but just looking at these tips here, the little cuts of what you can do, um, you have so much of this stuff.
I
Instances.
love how I love how well this website is put together. You know what I mean? It's
Oh yeah,
we're gonna see more of it later in the stream, but just so far, it's everything is so well put together, and I love the graphics too. Definitely, kind of makes me imagine what the game is really gonna look like when we get inside.
yeah, and it's like just looking at some of the things you can do. It's also it kind of ties into the factions and the different areas of expertise and what they want to focus on as a group. It's pretty interesting. But
Sure.
going over into let's see the story itself. That's basically we're still on the main site. So going into the story, I won't go through everything, but basically to summarize, we have dominated our galaxy. We have destroyed and killed all the alien races that we found. You can see it; they fell before the might of our weapons, and we got bored, and the factions that run everything started fighting themselves. And luckily, the solution was we found out we had another enemy, or I should say, a new enemy. And oh, I skipped this part. How Messiahs try to make it right didn't work. Didn't work out. Sorry, prophets, you failed. Um, so we're all basically all of the factions put aside their differences, like they made a pact, and we are flying on the Machiavellic to get to Ozar to battle the enemy, and we basically want their technology. And so you can see right here, it's a long path. I even in the AMA, I didn't hear like how many years or the flight's supposed to be, but it's going to be a while. And with the only reason we're getting there is because we have this single spaceship with the space mission to go to Ozar with all of the resources combined.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be dope to see what happens when we get there, right? After we accomplish the mission. What's next? So, yeah, I like this, and this kind of reminds me of the Starship Troopers game. Like to know more? There you are, man. There's your ticket to be a trooper, to be an officer.
Yes. Very cool. Excuse me.
Yeah, and that's the last thing I want to
Yeah.
say about that is once you're boarding the ship, you're basically it's called the main net. But for me, it's kind of like you're in the Matrix and it's on a giant ship, and so you're plugged in, and you're going to have the ability with your NFTs to play various mini games while we're waiting to get to the planet. So let me stop sharing, and
Neat.
yeah, that's exciting shit, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's interesting. The way they're rolling this out, as you mentioned, the mainnet, it's going to be what they refer to as core experiences, which is kind of in a category of three mini games. Um, you have the massive online battle arena, PvP arena, to where you can compete, fight, whatever, with other people, other players. You have the endless wave defense mode, which as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, that reminds me of old school zombies, you know. And there's no end to it. There's no finish line for that mode. It just goes on and on and on and on forever. And then finally, group raids, raid dungeons. This is when you get together with your buddies, your guild members, and you guys get together. You got your healer, you got your tank, you got your support. Everyone's got their class, and everyone's going into this dungeon. Everybody's got one thing on their mind: getting the best loot, getting the best collectibles,
Nice.
the best NFTs, etc. And yeah, so what's really important about that is during these mini games, during this core experience phase, it's going to allow the developers to balance out the game, gear, weapons, um, all the different dynamics, like group dynamics, the types of builds you're going to need, the payloads, the weapons you're going to have to bring in there. So this is going to help shape the it's going to help shape the game and shape the gameplay so that when it's fully released, it's like, we have this balance now,
Yeah.
because you don't want for those who play games, things can become overpowered, and then the development team nerfs something or buffs something. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good for everybody.
Yeah, and that's the thing about that's one of the main differences with NFT gaming. You're actually a part of the process. You're a part of the development. And this, like other games, I think it's brilliant when you can release it just little bits and pieces, right? And then test those, refine them, get them right, and then expand to the next part you want to work on. I think it really makes a lot of sense to do it that way. And yeah, you're
Absolutely.
you're benefiting for being basically an OG supporting the project, but you're also helping the project itself, and you're helping all of the developers continue developing it. So
Yep. Very cool. Great approach by the team.
yeah, so
Very, very
I
cool.
like it, man. I just jumped right into the this is the light paper, which you can click the link on the main website. But just to review, Machiavellic, you can see the game token Mac right there. You can see what it is, and so it's a dungeon crawler action game, and it's native to Cardano, like we said earlier. And
Yes, somebody in the chat, Crafty, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but somebody in the chat asked, what game is most similar that we could compare it to? Well, if I remember in the AMA on Twitter Spaces today, Martine had mentioned this is pretty much going to be like every major, AAA RPG MMO
yeah,
that you've ever played, with all the elements all the same.
oh, nice.
Yeah, your computer's making that cool noise.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know what's up with that. It's just on my headphones.
It's all right, buddy.
But yeah, let's go into.
Oh no, buddy. No. All right. There we go. Craftman, take a break for a moment just to get those audio issues quick sorted out. Usually it's a cable, these cheap microphone cords, they go haywire all the time. But we get back here, we'll go over the light paper. Nice to see all you guys in the chat. I see Ash out there. Ooh, look at you all coming in here now. Come on now. Welcome, 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 welcome. Be sure to be ready for the raffle ticket giveaways. We got 30 raffle tickets to give away. There is the third round of drawings tomorrow for a few things. You can find that on the FGL Discord. Check that out. Um, and we'll let you know when it's time to drop your wax address. Don't do so before, please. When we say it's go time, it's go time. We'll probably do it 2 to 3, 4 times throughout the stream, and we'll be spinning a wheel of Machiavellic fun to help pick those winners. And also, if you stick to the end, there may or may not be a wax lieutenant um, NFT for you to use in the game, an officer. And one thing I want to touch on real quick is for those that aren't aware, this game is on the ADA Cardano blockchain and also on the Wax blockchain. for any officer passes that you acquire on the ADA blockchain, when you get it, your stats are predetermined. They're what you see is what you get. The interesting thing with the Wax NFT, the Wax Machiavellic Officer Pass NFT, is you will receive it, but your stats, your skills, faction, the income multiplier will not actually roll until you mint it in the game. So you know you have a lieutenant, but you don't know what the stats are going to be until you actually mint it within the game on the Wax blockchain side. So that's pretty gnarly. And stick around, we're going to give that away at the end. So so we touched on a bit of the story. We touched on the core experiences, the mini games, and the purpose for those, not only to be playable, but to help the devs balance out things, gears, weapons, etc., group dynamics, and dungeon raids. And I think we're going to move on here in a bit to the light paper
Yes.
and talk about some officers. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hey, can you hear me?
All right, spin your microphone cable a little bit because yeah, it's coming back a little grainy. All right, I can hear you now.
All right. Let's. I actually had to switch to the microphone camera, so I don't know what happened with that. So hopefully you can hear me
You're good now.
better, and it's not terrible. My bad. Ah, tech, I love it, buddy. Freaking great. So, all right, let's get back to some of these captions and talking about the game. Now, what I really wanted to get into was actually talking about the officers and how important they are. Um, Before we do that, Beats, do you want to see if there's some wax addresses and maybe we can spin a wheel for
Oh,
inconvenience and
drop them wax
get it
addies.
going?
Drop them wax addies. Drop them. The wheel of names is coming up. Who wants raffle tickets?
Yeah, you found it. Nice. So we'll wait
Who
and
wants
see.
raffle
Keep
tickets?
an eye on that.
I have not seen one wax address come in. We got 7 people here. Who wants raffle tickets to win free stuff for this game? Wax address. Pop it in there. We got 30 raffle tickets to give away. So you don't want to miss this stuff. The lieutenant, for example, that's worth 35 bucks in ADA right now. And depending on like the skill levels and whatever you roll, it can definitely increase. Oh, we got one.
Yeah, and let's talk
We got
about. I want to talk about the officers and what they are. First of
sounds like a
all,
good idea.
the um, the officers. Do you have a slide or one of those overviews you can throw up on there?
Yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure it is right over here.
But
So let's take a look at this just out of curiosity. Let me drop this real quick. Drop them wax addresses if you're watching, if you want to win something, guys. Let's go, guys and gals.
yeah, I see that. That's an incredible noise.
It's all good,
So that
buddy.
means everybody heard it. Fantastic. Um, my bad. But if you look at these officer commission passes (OCPs), you have 10 factions. There's going to be a total of 2,560 of these. So if you divvy that up by 10, each faction is going to have 250 NFTs. So you're going to have 250 of these officers, 256 for every faction. And that officer gives you a pass to board the ship to go onto the mission. It also gives you the opportunity to be a part of the lore of the game as you are, using your officer character. The moves that you make, you're creating your own role with.
Now that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's
You
really
know,
really cool to be a part of,
they,
really a part of the game.
yeah. I mean, it's clearly defined. On the Machiavellic website is what you could be a part of the lore within as the game progresses, and I think that is really cool. You know, kind of like putting yourself into the history books of Machiavellic forever. Super dope, man.
Yeah, and it also gives you rights. You get voting rights, and there's other different, I call it different aspects of power that you can get. Oh yeah, look at
Yeah, a governance program. So join the Senate. What is the Senate? Well, the Senate is compiled of 2,500 people, players in the game, who plays the most, who contributes the most, who's playing the most, who's doing what. You guys have a say in kind of what happens as things come up, and this is known as governance, right? This is community governance,
yeah.
and that is always a very nice thing to see. Senate members have a weighted vote towards new features or desired updates for the dev team to focus on. I think that's really cool. I love that they're implementing this.
Yeah, it's pretty dope to see. There's so much to it. You can tell this isn't an overnight development, and I wonder if this was what could not be mentioned the last time we were talking to Martine.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, just look at this. Here's just a quick screen snippet from the Machiavellic website, and this just starts here with the 2023 roadmap. I mean, there's so much here. There's so many details. You guys got to go check this out. We're not going to cover every single one of these points, but you can tell that this has been well planned out for quite a while. In fact, if I understand correctly, I believe I was told that this game has been in development already for over 2+ years, which is always a great sign. I like preparation. So many times in this space, we see a lot of promises, a lot of hype, a fancy video using Unreal 5 engine, and then nothing. And it's like, well, you got us all hyped up. Where's the game? This is a prime example of the opposite of that. This is going to be really cool. They even have the roadmap going into 2027 and beyond. Um, you know, you, Again, you guys check out the website. You got to check this out. It's pretty dope. Um, give it a run through. But yeah, well planned out and super excited to get into it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I can't believe it's like into 2027 as far as what they have for the planning, and then also it's like it's going to be a while before we actually get to that planet, and that's really officially when the game starts. So we'll be doing mini games, which I think is great for developing community and giving you something to do with the NFTs that you've purchased. And all of this is not financial advice, right?
Not
All this is
financial
awesome game
advice,
stuff, and I'm really looking
but I am
forward.
excited as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I wear my heart on my sleeve, brother. What can I say?
So you want to go? Why don't we pull up all the current drops that are going to be happening sooner or later? These are all
That
the ones
sounds
that are coming to
fantastic.
wax.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So some of these have already been minted on the ADA blockchain, which has been live for a while now. Um, there is a countdown timer on these wax version. You can see here, buy on wax, buy on Cardano on the bottom of the screen. You've got the officer commission pass, which enables you to unlock an officer. It gives you exclusive privileges. Again, your character is going to help shape the lore of the game. So again, injecting yourself into the lore of the game, very cool aspect. You're going to be able to increase your staking rewards. You're going to get in-game drops. You're going to have lots of perks with these things, including upgraded cabins, by the way, which you see on the right. Are The cabins are not live yet, but with these officer passes, you'll be able to have the opportunity to upgrade these from beyond a 2x2 uh, cabin plot. So we've got the officer commission pass. We talked about that. We got the FGL OG pass. This is kind of like you want exclusive alpha access. You want to give feedback. You want to test out the new mechanics of the game. The details are there. Go check that out. That's a really, really cool aspect. And one of my favorites is the marketplace shard. So, with the marketplace shard, and I'll make this very clear so everybody understands. Of all player to player transactions within the game, there's a 5% fee. Now, this fee is distributed in different ways. More importantly, Of this fee, 25% is allocated to marketplace shard holders. So you can make passive income, which is paid out in the FGL token, the main currency used within the game, alongside the mock token. Right now, there are 100 available. Well, there were 100 available on the ADA blockchain. I think there's a little less than 40 left. And we have the wax version of the marketplace shard that you'll be able to purchase as an NFT coming out pretty soon. Crafty, do you have that countdown timer from Nefty by
Yeah,
chance?
let me go ahead and share my screen again. This is, you can see it. There's actually going to be 5 drops. And you can see it's in 3 days. You can also see the total of each one of them that's going to be released. Now, keep in mind that these are 3 packs, so each one of these packs are going to give you 3 officers. And that's whether you're getting a Trooper pack, Mecha Worlds pack, or the original Factions pack. So you can also just see the limit to how many is going to be available. And then the OG pass drop as well. And I think as far as like the OG passes and the shards, those mirror the Cardano blockchain. And then as far as the officers, I told you earlier, there's going to be a total of like 2560. Yes, I don't have the exact number. What was that? 2560. So
There we go, baby.
it's going to be on Wax, and the other half is going to be on Cardano. But it's coming soon. I'm going to have to get me some Wax.
Yeah, I love that it's cross chain. That's really cool. They're taking advantage of, I think most people would agree, Cardano being the next level of blockchain gaming, but also Wax is there too. Wax is fairly cheap. Most people have experience with that if you're already into NFT gaming for the most part.
Yeah. And just if you guys are still looking, I popped open the pack so you can see the details of the 3 officers and then the different spread of the officers available as far as what you can get. And like most things, most rare, least rare. There's only one Supreme Commander for each faction. There's only one Field Marshal. Or that, speak much? Marshal. So those are the ones that it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I got that. Incredible. So
definitely been in development, and for the time being, this is our trailer. But man, is it really immersive. It is absurd the amount of information that is on their website. Again, like I said, it's carefully planned out, roadmaps there. And we know this team from games like Outlaw Troops, Cosmic Clash, Mecha World, which Martine designed and had a big hand in creating that. And everything they do, they succeed in. So I don't see this being any different.
no, it's a lot of fun, and just the whole one of the most exciting aspects is the cross operability of it all. You know how you can cross over and use your NFTs for multiple games. You can play the other games to generate FGL, which is universal throughout all of the games. So it's like just crossover values back and forth. I love it. But yeah, so those are the drops, and then these are some of them already live on Cardano. So that's where I bought my officers. I couldn't wait.
Yeah, and I think
Leave me hanging. You think what? Oh, it might have frozen. Boy, it's just one of those technical nights.
within the game, you gotta love it, buddy.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
can't
love it.
cut it.
The internet's a wild thing, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I get excited
All
about these
right.
packs and stuff, man. So
Yeah, definitely. Me too, man. Not financial advice, but I definitely will be purchasing one or a couple of these. Yeah, exciting. What's up next, my good man?
no, we've pretty much covered everything. We can go into a little AMA recap since I was listening to most of that today. Took me some
That's a good idea.
some crafty notes, and
Give her the rundown. Woo!
yeah. Well, the one of the things I found out is it's going to be also available for your phone. So it's not just going to be on PC. That's going to be something that's later on down the road. But that was a cool, new development. And got my little clipboard right here, full of some good old notes. But as far as that's when I learned that the Ozar, once we get there, that's when the actual game kind of starts as far as really gaining the experience with your NFTs and all that good stuff. So it's going to be really cool
Nice. Very cool.
and see where we land and how the factions act after that. But going into the journey, I was curious. Okay, so we know what we're going to do when we get to the planet, but what happens while we're waiting, while we're flying in our ship matrix? And it's like that's where the casual games come in. Now, do you have a lot of info on the casual games? I don't know too much about them. I just know that there's going to be a bunch of
Well,
like mini games that are available for the community and for people within this game to play.
yeah. Again, that brings us back to the mainnet aspect. The three mini games. You got again the massive online battle arena where you're going to be able to engage in PvP activities. You have the endless wave defense, which is probably going to be similar to like I compare it to like zombies, right? Trying to stay alive as long as you can,
Oh,
going through wave after wave after wave,
yeah, they
right?
never
With really no end in sight.
they never stop until you
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, and then raid dungeons. Again, like Diablo or World of Warcraft, with your buddies, your guild members. Everybody plays a role, and you're trying to get the best loot in the game. They could be lengthy. I don't know how this is going to go, but usually raid dungeons that are kind of lengthy and a lot of fun. And this is going to help the developers balance out the game, the gear, the different payloads, the weapons, and things like that. So you're helping again testing and helping the developers perfect this game, and being a part of it as it goes along. So that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I like being a part of the testing.
Same, yeah. I mean, not only do you get an early sneak peek, but you get to help shape the game. That's important. It's an important aspect. I like that. If especially something that I'm so passionate about. You know, this development team looks just amazing. You can also on the website you can go look at the team, and it's a nice rap sheet. They got a lot of talented individuals with a lot of experience. A lot of background, and it's pretty interesting to say the least. Check that out. That's on the main website under the business and sub-tab the team. Go check it out. You can see who these people are. You can kind of get a background of their history and whatnot.
Yeah, and we'll have the links to the website um, and some notes for the game, so you can check it out. And I think we should probably put the FGL Discord link in there as well, so you guys can be a part of the community and really get
Absolutely.
into the updates. So yeah, all right. Well, we've been rocking like 30 plus minutes. We didn't even spin the wheel once. Come on, man.
No, no. People don't want free stuff apparently.
I
I guess I don't understand it, but we got 30 raffle tickets, y'all. If you got wax address, drop it down in the chat. And depending on how this goes, you never know. At the end, we might just give away a lieutenant. I mean, it's possible. Just saying. Hoo hoo.
right. Let's just put on
Machiavellic, baby. That's
the whole music.
it.
How's that sound? But yeah, I'm trying to think what other
grab the
of the ranks
grab
and stuff.
grab a little. All right. Well,
Yeah, and learned a new term, cryogenic cabin. It's, that's what those cabins are. Cryogenic cabin. So you're in stasis.
Yeah, I think that's interesting, right? Like we're on the way to the planet. We're on this ship and we're all traveling together. And things are and events are going to happen in between that until we actually get there to the journey to Ozar. I'm a nerd. I love this stuff. This is super cool. I like the aspects of it, man. We got another wax address. There we go.
Yeah, and on the website at the very beginning, there actually is that prologue clip on YouTube from Machiavellic that you can watch that. I guess that's the only trailer, closest single trailer I've seen, but
Sure,
I'm
sure.
sure there'll be more stuff being dropped because I'm already hearing some pretty good buzz and excitement about it. And,
Yeah, it's wild, man. We got a comment in the chat from Easily Killed. FGL game has good crossplay between NFTs and token and all their projects. Was
dude,
this discussed in the
yes.
AMA? I do believe it was. Um, yeah, there's going to be the FGL team and the Machiavellic team are collaborating. Um, there is crossplay there, and I think that's going to continue throughout this. Again, there's a lot of details to cover. We've barely even touched the surface today, but please go check out the website. It's definitely worth your time. Link is right here below. www.machiavellic.io.
Yeah, and the key really is, going on the Wax blockchain. The FGL is going to be the foundation game token on Machiavellic. So,
Yeah, it is the main in-game currency
you
as
know, the
presented on the website. So
the Mac is going to be a much more coveted token. But,
absolutely. And again, just to remind people, really fast, there's a 1 billion Mac token supply. I think I have an overlay that kind of shows a bit
yeah,
of how it's distributed. Let's pop this up. So let's get this caption off. So here is the rundown for the Mac token. You can see where it's being allocated, what percentages, and kind of give you an overview of what to expect here. This will also be another currency for the game. So we're dealing with two here, which is pretty cool.
I just got sucked into that looking at the breakdown.
Yeah,
It's a really cool image.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see these entities come together and create something so beautiful on the surface. I have no doubt, based on what we've seen from all their previous games, that this thing's going to be amazing. So I'm feeling extremely confident about it, buddy. Just I can't say that enough.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and it's like we're we've supported FGL games. We have a lot of NFTs in the game, and we also have a lot of players playing the games. And still playing, I haven't been disappointed, and I like how every season is updated when you're talking specifically about Outlaw Troopers, for example. But
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
always motion, and that's one of the most impressive things about the FGO games. There's always
yeah,
motion
yeah.
changes.
Yeah, and another thing to touch on too is these guys aren't out here for money grabs. Um, you can see this right here, predatory free monetization. We're well familiar with microtransactions, gambling exploitations. You got ads you got to watch every so often to do this or do that. Um, here, um, all of these systems are terrible for their own reasons. Popular freemium games riddled with microtransactions also fall prey to spam bots shilling their garbage gold farms. I love how they I love how they worded that. It's a no nonsense approach. It's like, listen, we're here to build a product for the players and we're not here to take your money. We're here to provide the best experience possible. Um, again, just one of the many reasons. Um, you know, we've got our eyes on this, so very cool.
Oh, Frida making a cameo. What's up, dog? All
Okay.
right, Beats. You got any other slides you want to go over, man?
I'm good. I'm good. We've got a couple people that dropped their wax addresses. If you have not dropped your wax address yet, drop it into the chat. We're giving away raffle tickets today. We got 30 of them. There's a drawing tomorrow for more free, awesome stuff related to this game. I think in Mecha World, I have to check. There's a few different points and different rewards there, but definitely get your wax address in if you got it. We're giving this stuff away for free. I mean, you could land something, very valuable or something you'd want to use in the game. So it's pretty cool.
I'm just reading some of these comments, but yeah, and I think really anybody that's dropped a wax address, we'll send a voucher. We'll send a raffle.
Yeah,
Since there's not a gazillion addresses on this.
Yeah, I think we'll send a few to the few people here that have decided to engage with us.
For the peeps.
We'll be sending those over to you. Yeah, appreciate it very much.
And we'll get some more updates with the game as it progresses. I'm excited to see what the time scale is after the minting or the drops of these wax NFTs as to when the first mini game is actually going to be live, so we can get in with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay tuned with it, buddy. I'm excited.
Same. For those of you who dropped your wax addresses, look out into your wax wallet. We'll be sending those over when this is done. So appreciate you guys stopping through.
Sweet. Well, yeah, man, it's been a minute. I'm glad, despite the technical difficulties and my card blowing up, I don't know what's up with that. Thanks for hanging out. We'll get back onto the ship and do it a little more frequently. So feel free to drop questions, concerns, and stuff in the comment later down the road too. Like if you watch this on YouTube later, and I check them out and I respond. So I guess we can pretty much wrap it up, man. Unless anybody else wants to drop something in the chat right quick.
We'll give him a few more seconds.
I can't even believe Shooty didn't drop his address and get in here.
Yeah, Shooty. Come on, Shooty.
I was like, hey, man, this is your chance to be a trooper, to get your own Starship Trooper. But it's really a mainnet trooper.
There you go. Oh, we got a new person. We got Mulder here. Mulder, if you got a wax address, drop it down in the chat. We're sending out free raffle tickets. Check out the FGL Discord, and you can get the information on how to use them there. Win some free stuff.
Freedom's making a cameo. What's up, dog? He's in her spot. That's her couch. It was mine back in the day, but now it's not anymore. So
gotta love it, buddy. All right, man. Well, with that,
this is the perfect time for that.
Oh, Mulder, you got a wax address? Crafty. Can you add the link to the website? So when you post this, I think Crafty will do that. He usually does.
Yeah, I usually add it to the actual YouTube video when I touch it up and make it live. So
yeah,
so we could probably drop the website right in the pad here.
Yeah, it should be on the overlay or the caption. Boom. And for those who don't like to write things down, I will, like me, I will go ahead and pop this in there. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I beat you to it, Beatz.
Boom. Go check it out, guys. This game, I have high hopes. I have really high hopes for this game. I'm really excited. So we're going to be covering this some more.
Yeah, and the Discord got dropped earlier up in the chat on this stream too. So, pretty cool, man. Let's shut it down.
Awesome.
Tune in.